Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to welcome you back for another reading, no matter what time of day it is or what day you found this message. I am super grateful that you are here. Guys, today's date is Wednesday, May 7th of 2025, 11:45 on the clock at the time that this message is being recorded. Be sure to check these numbers in any form that they might be popping up for you in the gematria and angel number meanings. Apologies, guys. I'm a little nasally today due to some allergies. So I am going to just do my best to move through today's message and today's energy. Big shout out to the subscribers of the channel. Thank you so much for those of you who are visiting the channel for the first time. You are most welcome here. If you are enjoying the vibe with the Ora-gen collectives, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the all button so that you get all of the notifications, guys. I am currently sitting outside and looking at the most beautiful scenery. I have to just mention that. So if you guys have not had an opportunity to get outside this spring as the weather is warming up and improving, please do try to make some time, even if it's just 5 minutes, to go sit outside and be in the sunshine and connect with Gaia. I'm looking at some beautiful green grass, flowering trees, and these beautiful pink buds that are just blowing and floating through my window as I am sitting here in my vehicle with the windows down, just having a little break in between clients. And it is most excellent. Just enjoying the scenery. So definitely I'll try to move some of that energy here into our discussion. Okay, guys. So let's talk about today's message because this is very interesting. We have someone here who either needs to do some energy clearing on their home and their business, or both. Okay, their home or their business and both. I guess however you would say that. But basically in this download, what I saw was there was a feminine energy that was moving around some sort of business on the inside. And I will say, guys, I did see a woman, okay, or someone that identifies as a woman, but this could also be symbolic for someone who operates primarily out of their feminine energy, okay? But this was someone who understood something about energy clearing or working with processes or tools for energy clearing work. So they were moving around the inside of the business, and I did notice that there were customers present. So this looked like something that could have been like a restaurant, some sort of inn, or maybe a resort of some kind. Okay. And there were customers present, and this feminine energy was greeting these customers, saying hello as they just kind of walk through and did their job. I did notice that this feminine energy was utilizing an oil or a tincture, and they seemed to be flinging it in the corners of the business. And they were placing pieces of black stone of some kind that was covered in some sort of roping or something that looked like rope or cord. And they were placing these stones covered in rope in each corner. And then they were flinging the oil or substance at the corner, thoroughly kind of getting the entire area around the corner. And then they would move on to the next space. So something here about a feminine energy that is doing some cleaning and clearing work. And what was so interesting about this download is that I was actually given a recipe for someone to use. And maybe if this resonates for you and you feel like, hey, I'm doing my spring cleaning, I want to clear out old energies, perfectly fine. This resonates. I will use this recipe. That is great. If you feel like this is more specific, like there's something that you do need to clear out that has been in your space, or say you're removing old items associated with old energies, or you found an item that belonged to someone in your space that you no longer deal with energetically or physically, and you just remove that item, definitely this recipe is for you. So the recipe that was given was to use tea tree oil or any kind of naturally antiseptic oil. Tea tree oil was the one that really popped to the forefront. There was one other oil that I thought about or that came up, but I couldn't remember fully what that oil was after fully awakening and going to, write down or record the recipe. So it looks like the tea tree oil was something that really came to the forefront because it is a natural antiseptic. So this would be great. You can utilize this by itself, or you can put it with a few drops of a carrier oil. And as long as that carrier oil is something that is organic, okay? So the other objects that you will need, or other things that you will need for this process, is black tourmaline or charcoal. And you're going to wrap this in hemp. I saw that very specifically. So the first thing you'll do is wrap it in hemp. And after you wrap it and tie it off, then you're going to cut whatever's left of the cord or the strand. And so it should just leave you the actual crystal wrapped in the hemp. There's also other kinds of natural options for wrapping, which I'll talk about in a second. So tie off any remainder there to make sure that the hemp stays on the tourmaline or the charcoal. Then you're going to place the wrapped piece of crystal in the corner. After you do that, you're going to take some of the oil. So that's your tea tree oil or any naturally antiseptic type oil, and your carrier oil if you choose to use it. You could just use the oil by itself. And you're going to fling that in the corner right there where the crystal has been placed, whether that's on the floor, a table, whatever. Make sure it's right in a corner, okay? So it won't get disturbed. And then you're going to fling more oil just kind of around that corner. Just make sure you cover it. Be careful about getting essential oils on items that cannot have essential oils on it, or maybe getting essential oils in the paint, because that's very hard to deal with. Once it gets in there, it almost just doesn't come out. So you want to be careful about how you fling that. You really just kind of want to generally move that around the air in that corner, okay? So you're going to repeat these steps that I mentioned until every corner in the building or in the space has been covered, okay? So we're wrapping our tourmaline or charcoal in hemp or some sort of natural wrap. We're cutting it, tying it off, placing that in the corner where it won't be disturbed. We're taking our hands and getting some of the tea tree oil or naturally antiseptic type oil on our fingers. We're flinging it at the tourmaline or charcoal. And then we're doing that same process all around the corner. We are repeating that process until every corner has been touched with this process. So now I want to share some natural options for wrapping. Different kinds of cords that you could use if you don't want to use like hemp. You could use silk cording, or silk thread. So this one's known for its softness, strength, and it also has a nice natural luster to it. You could also use linen, cotton, looks like something called jute, which has a rustic natural texture. So it's ideal for projects with a bohemian or earthy vibe. So something very earthy there. You could use wool. Let me see. You could use ramie or bamboo. Bamboo is nice because it's a sustainable and environmentally friendly option. I was picking up here that there is something potentially in the energy for those of you who resonate with today's message about some energies that might be kind of like connected either via energy cords, kind of like not trying to release your energy, hanging off of your energy, clinging on to your energy. And this is specifically because I am picking up that many of you have been doing a lot of energy clearing work and also a lot of inner healing work. So, energies that were able to kind of like hang off of you, siphon off of your energy, and utilize your energy are no longer able to access you as easily. So, it seems like there might be some energies here associated with wealth, abundance. And wealth and abundance is not just monies, it has to do with general abundance that could do with your health, your general emotional and mental well being. There's something here about energies that don't want to release their attachment to you. And I have been picking up in the energy, with this new start of spring, there's been a lot of ascension and elevation for collective members. From doing that work, a lot of you are really being blessed with new opportunities, which really means that your energy is being cleaned, cleared, and returned to you from whatever spaces and places it may have been residing in. I.e., if there were cords tapped into your energy, kind of moving your energy into other places and utilizing it, those are being cut or have been cut. And so there are energies that are without energy or without your energy because they were utilizing it in some form. So these energies might be desperately trying to reattach, cling to what last little vestiges of your energy that they can cling to. And so they're kind of resistant to releasing. Do not worry about that. That's why the message came through to utilize the process. Be sure to go through your physical items, remove anything that is not serving you or that is attached to old, stagnant energies. Get those things out. Clean the place physically, like I'm talking about vacuum, wiping down, cleaning, and then use this process. Okay? Don't even worry about it. The universe, your guides, they're going to take care of the rest. These energies are being forced to release because it is time for you to use your energy in the ways that you need to use it. Not these other energies, these toxic, low vibrational energies that want to siphon your energy and use it for their ill-gotten gain. That time period is done. You will be able to utilize those energies that have been kind of shifted or moved in other directions. Now it will be your time to utilize those energies in the ways that you need to for your upliftment and for your advancement. And that's really the point of this. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to get on here and share that with the collectives today. If you are noticing when you are trying to focus on the work that you are here to do, and all of the sudden confirmation, you start to notice like something dragging on your energy or, feeling low energy, starting to feel low vibrational, having negative thoughts. I really want you to use some shifting work. Shift to a thought that feels better and keep moving in the direction of the work you need to focus on. Okay? These energies are going to be forced to fully release. They don't want to, but they're going to have to. Anything that does not serve your greater good and your purposes associated with your ascension and your soul path work must be released. And so it is. Guys, have a beautiful rest of your day, no matter what time of day it is or what day you found this message. Sending so much love and light. This is your girl Ora-gen, and I look forward to being with you in the next reading.